Good evening, everyone. This is Robert with the Space Coast Rocket. We are live down here in near downtown Melbourne. We're actually at basically US 1 in Hibiscus here, where a Brightline train has struck a pedestrian. It was a fatal accident here on the tracks down here. The impact occurred around the Fee Avenue crossing, Fee Avenue in US 1. You can see the train is stopped here in front of me. Will be stopped for quite some time here. You can kind of see the passengers on the train there who are going to be stuck there for a while um, as this it's a crime scene is processed. Don't have any details on the age or sex of the victim. What we do know is that the call originally came in as there was a person that was laying down on the tracks near the Fee Avenue crossing, um, where the train struck the individual fatally. There was a call, for emergency medical treatment, but that was soon canceled. So the train is stopped a little bit further north than the accident actually occurred. We are just north of the Hibiscus in US 1 crossing. For those that are not sure where I'm talking about, it's kind of close to the Melbourne Auditorium. But the impact actually occurred a little bit further south of that, uh, around the Fee Avenue crossing closer towards downtown Melbourne. So, sad news today. This is actually the second suicide, if it is a suicide. We're not sure if the person was intentionally laying on the track or if something happened that caused them to be laying on the track. But that is an occurrence that we've seen specifically in this area um, of Melbourne, uh, where individuals have chosen to end their life in this manner, unfortunately. Um, I think this is the third one of these I've covered in this particular area, close to downtown Melbourne, very close to the Daily Bread location, where is a larger homeless population. While I was down there at the area where the actual impact occurred, there were some homeless individuals in the area, kind of looking to see what was going on. But there's not much other than that to report on. There will be no train traffic in either direction for quite some time. This train was heading north, heading back towards Orlando from down south from the Miami area. But when something like this happens, all train traffic traveling north and south ceases for several hours until they can process that crime scene. And also, they have to assess the train to make sure the train is functional and safe to travel. If that's not the case, and we didn't go up to look at the front of the train where this probably occurred. Um, but in the instances where the train is not safe to travel, then they bring another train here to move all the passengers from one train to the other so that the passengers can get to their destination. Not sure if you can see it, but you can kind of see law enforcement on the other side uh, of the tracks here. Um, there's a much larger law enforcement presence a little further south of us. We're not down there because of um, what would be captured on the scene there. So it's not something we'd like to broadcast, but um, they are up here. Uh, Individuals from the railroad company are out here assessing the damage to the train. Um, Again, to make sure that it is safe to travel on once that decision is made that they can go ahead and do that. But again, for those that are just joining, we are down here. Melbourne Brightline train has struck a pedestrian that was reportedly laying on the track uh, around the Fee Avenue and US 1 crossing. The train has come to a stop here just north of the Hibiscus US 1 crossing, right by the Melbourne Auditorium. I believe we're right behind, I'm not sure what car dealership that is. It might be a BMW dealership on US 1. You can still travel You can cross the US 1 and Hibiscus crossing. So that crossing is not closed, but the other one's a little bit, I think the next 2 or 3 south of that are closed. So if you are coming towards the hospital area, you still can use that crossing. Like I said, I was covered what's believed to be a suicide earlier today in Satellite Beach. I won't go into the details of that, but again, um, we always emphasize uh, checking on our mental health in this in our community, and checking on those who you love and those who you think may be okay. Check on them anyway. Um, it's a hard time for a lot of people, so we won't get too much into it tonight. But we'll be posting some resources that are available in our community for those that may be struggling uh, internally. And if you are, reach out. We care about you. We don't want to be seeing things like this happen. We'd much rather work with you than have to go through things like this. And also, this is impacting, our first responders. I can't imagine what the conductors on these Brightline trains go through with these it seems to be very frequent occurrences here. Um, that they witness, and there's not much they can do to prevent it. Once it's going to happen. So keep those things in mind. Keep those people in your prayers and your thoughts. And then you got to your passengers. Obviously, it's just an inconvenience, but they'll be thinking about why they're being stopped here for a while too. So it impacts a lot of people in a lot of ways. So if you're struggling with things, reach out to us. Reach out to those that you know, and check on those who you know that might be struggling. Again, this is Robert with the Space Coast Rocket. Once we get some more information, we'll pass that along. Um, but that's about all that we have to report here tonight. In other news, about 1 o'clock, we should be having some history being made with Blue Origin, uh, with their maiden voyage going up tonight, Veritas. So we'll see how that goes. We have our space reporter and photographer, Richard Gallagher, out there at KSC tonight. He's going to be getting some amazing photos. If hopefully that goes up tonight. Looks beautiful, got a full moon. Weather looks good, so hopefully that works out. So we'll be trying to get that to you live as well. So until then, everybody stay safe. Uh, this is Robert with the Space Coast Rocket.
Hey, this is Jerry with On Point Wildlife.